Folks, welcome to another edition of my video blog. Today we're going to discuss a very specific provision that we deal with frequently in domestic violence cases, and that is the no contact provision between you, the defendant, and the victim in the case as part of your bail conditions. Now, what does that mean, no contact? No contact with the victim, and the victim may be your girlfriend or your wife or your boyfriend or your husband. The no contact provision specifically means you cannot contact the victim for any reason, directly or indirectly. So let's talk about exactly what does direct contact with the victim in a domestic violence case means. Well, it's pretty obvious. You can't call the victim. You can't go to the victim's house to talk with them. You can't write a letter to the victim. You can't email the victim. You can't text message the victim. You can't instant message through Yahoo the victim, and anything else that is a direct communication that you can think of and that I haven't covered. What is an indirect communication in a domestic violence case between you and the victim? Indirect communication is kind of an end run around the direct form. Normally that is, maybe you talk to your sister and have her speak with your boyfriend about what happened that night. Perhaps you get messages through a friend. Those are indirect methods of communication, and there are probably a number of other indirect methods that just aren't coming to me right now that you could think of. If you can think of it, it's probably a violation of your bail. So what happens when you contact the victim and therefore theoretically violate your bail? Well, one of two things can happen. Perhaps you have a good relationship with the victim and she or he doesn't call the police. Well, maybe she or he saves those text messages and calls the police later the next time there's a blow-up between you and her. Or you text message or call the victim and she or he immediately calls the police. In any of those cases where you violate your bail conditions, you will be placed under arrest. Your bail will be revoked, and what that means is if there's cash bail, it gets yanked and is forfeit. And new bail may or may not be set. And if it is set, it will be set at a higher amount. So if you paid $500 cash bail the first time around, you'll lose it. Then you have to hope your attorney is good enough to make a good argument on your behalf as to why you should be granted bail again. And then bail, I guarantee you, will be higher the next time. Perhaps it'll be $1,000, perhaps it'll be more. Perhaps the conditions themselves will be more stringent. Whatever it is, if you want to contact the victim for any reason, don't do it. Speak with your attorney, air your concerns with him or her, let your attorney handle these situations. Never ever contact the victim because it is a violation of your bail conditions and you will be arrested and you will go to jail. Any questions, please feel free to pick up the phone and call my office. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thank you.